Okay, the last of the 5 things I want to talk to you about today is this concept of starting to share your story. Now, I know that feels really scary for you, and maybe some of you are thinking, well, you can share your story because dot, 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 dot. I can't share my story because dot, 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 dot. And I want to tell you that sharing your story starts with you. It starts with sharing your story to yourself. Tell yourself your story over and over again. Journal about your story. And then when you're ready, you can talk to a therapist, talk to a best friend, talk to the world, right? I'm talking to the world about my abortion. But the reason I got here is because I did so much work on my own thoughts. I did so much work on my own emotion around my abortion that I'm able to share my story confidently. I'm able to share my story in an empowered way, not a disempowered way. And so I just want to tell you that there's so much healing to be done in sharing your story. And I can't tell you the number of women who've said to me, I haven't told anyone, but, and would insert their story. And so that broke my heart. It broke my heart from the very beginning of my abortion, and it still breaks my heart today that so many women feel like they can't tell their story. They don't feel safe telling their story. And that's why I opened this space. I opened this space for you to feel safe sharing your story. Now, that's the coaching space I hold for you, is that you can share your story with me and together we can grow from it, right? Together we can find ways so that it becomes a pillar of your strength. Because our primitive brains, right, our primal brains tell us they want to keep us safe, right? It's just an organ. It's been the same organ as long as human beings have existed. And that primal brain wants to keep us safe. And so telling our story, particularly in the cultural abortion world today, feels unsafe for many of us. There's a threat of being questioned, a threat of being attacked, a threat of being disapproved of. And so our primal brain says, don't tell your story, don't tell your story. Well, if you go back to the feelings video, you can imagine what happens when we feel that we aren't allowed to tell our story. It becomes this pain point. It becomes this weakness in our being, right? Because we want to tell our story. It's what made us who we are. And if we can't tell our story, then who are we, right? So I want to encourage you to start to find ways to share your story. And again, it does not have to be public. It does not have to be on social media. It certainly does not have to be in an entire life coaching practice. Start with a journal. You can burn the pages after, you can tear them up, you can throw them away so no one will ever find them. And then eventually, my hope for you is that you either find so much peace sharing your story with yourself that you have no desire to share it with others, or that you start to feel ready to share with other people. You start to feel ready to find that power no matter how other people react, right? That you feel so good about your choice and who you are that you can share your story with anyone and still feel strong, maybe even stronger. So find that first way that you can start sharing your story. And if you feel like you don't have anybody to share your story with and you're terrified to write in a journal, that's why I'm here. Reach out to me. Let's do some coaching work together. Let's talk about why it's so scary to share your story. Let's talk about the worst case scenario and what might happen. And let's move you through that so that you can live your very best life. Because of your abortion, because it's a part of who you are, not despite it, not ignoring it, and not tearing it out of your life, but that you can live your very best life and that your abortion made you stronger. That's the evidence I'd like to show you. That's what I hope you've learned from this video series. That's what I hope you'll continue to learn from me, is that it's possible. Look for the women who are saying it's possible. this can be a part of your strength. Again, I hope this has all been helpful. Please reach out to me if I can be of service to you in any more way. Send me an email, send me a message, give me a phone call. Let's start some coaching together. Or maybe I can direct you to a better source of comfort for you, another place that you can find your healing. Looking forward to connecting with you.